If you want to improve your English without memorizing boring grammar rules, listening to stories like this is a game changer. Let the story do the work. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. One new story every single day. Her name was Ava, and she had just arrived in New York City with a plan that felt smart at first. She decided not to ask anyone for help. Not even once. She would get around the entire subway system using only signs. No apps. No phone. No help. Just signs. It sounded easy enough. She had read that New York signs were clear if you paid attention. So she stood outside the entrance of a subway station near Times Square and took a deep breath. She walked down the steps slowly, like someone entering a maze by choice. The first sign she saw was simple: downtown and Brooklyn. Perfect. That was where she wanted to go. She followed the arrow and walked through the turnstile. The platform was busy. Trains came and left quickly. She waited until she saw the number line she wanted. A train arrived. It said it was heading downtown. So she got on. But after 2 stops, something didn't feel right. The names of the stations didn't match what she remembered from the map. She stayed calm. She told herself, trust the signs. Maybe it just takes a different route. She stayed on for 3 more stops. Now the signs said she was heading toward Queens. Queens? She jumped off at the next station and looked around. The signs pointed in many directions. Uptown, downtown, local, express. None of them said anything about going back. Ava walked upstairs and found another set of signs. They were old and a bit faded. But one of them pointed toward Manhattan. She followed it. She ended up in a long tunnel. It was cold and empty. A man played guitar at the far end. She smiled at him but kept walking. She wanted to figure this out alone. At the end of the tunnel, a new set of tracks waited. The signs above them said Uptown via Express. She wasn't sure what express meant in this case. Did it stop at the place she wanted? Or would it pass it? She waited for a train anyway. It arrived quickly, loud and silver. She got on, hoping for the best. It moved fast. Too fast. 1 station. Then another. Then suddenly, it skipped the stop she needed. Ava felt her stomach drop. She got off again, now somewhere she didn't recognize. This time, she had to walk up to street level. The air outside felt different, less busy, more quiet. She sat on a bench and looked around. Still no phone. Still no asking. She had to keep trusting the signs. She walked to a different subway entrance nearby. This one looked newer. Inside, everything was bright and clean. Signs were everywhere. But now they said things like B train runs local on weekends, or F line rerouted after midnight. What did that mean for her? She realized then, signs tell the truth, but only part of it. They don't explain the full story. They can't answer back. Still, she wasn't giving up. She studied every arrow, every letter, every word. She waited for a local train heading back toward Manhattan. This time, she watched every station name carefully. 1 stop. 2. 3. Finally, she recognized the name she had been searching for. She got off quickly, smiling for the first time in hours. Above ground, the street was alive. Music. Smells. Horns. People moving fast in every direction. Ava took a deep breath and laughed a little. She had made it, by herself. No talking. No phone. Just her eyes and those signs. She walked into a nearby park, sat on a low stone wall, and took out her notebook. Today, she wrote, I learned that signs are helpful, but only if you read between the lines. Her legs were tired. Her feet hurt. But her brain felt strong. Sometimes you don't need a voice to guide you. Sometimes confusion is part of the learning. She didn't win the challenge perfectly, but she stayed in it. And that made her proud. By the end of the day, Ava had a new respect for every little sign. The arrows, the lights, the color codes. They were not perfect, but they were trying, just like she was. If you followed Ava's journey today, you picked up a lot of useful English without even realizing it. That's the secret power of stories. They teach you while they entertain you. If this helped, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. We post a new one every single day. And tell us in the comments, what's the biggest travel mistake you've ever made?